Mr. Code? Mr. Code?
What a dream. You were there, and, well, I guess you were the only one.
You've been talking in your sleep all night.
Just a bad dream. Or nightmare, actually, seeing as I was reviewing Dragon Quest.
Oh, I see.
Good thing that was just a dream, because otherwise I would have had to face my demons in real life, go through tough times, but come out better and overall fixing the psychological mess that I am. Thank goodness that won't happen.
Right. Anyway, let's reconvene to the courtroom, shall we?
It's a brand new day, and the sun is high, and the birds are singing that you're gonna die.
What?
You're gonna dye your mane, right? Or was that part of the dream?
Definitely the dream.
Good, because right now, it's killing time.
Huh?
Yeah, just standing here, we're just killing time doing nothing.
Right.
Good. By the way, Judge, have you ever witnessed a murder?
What? No!
Well, you're gonna witness one right now.
Please, no!
It's too late, Judge, because there's a flock of space crows right outside the window. Such magnificent creatures.
Yes, indeed. Quite majestic.
Indeed. Well, let's hurry to the courtroom before I kill some pony. By the way, what am I reviewing today?
It's Wonderbolts Academy.
Urge to Kill Rising. Objection! Great. I wake up from one nightmare about a Meriwether-Williams episode just to watch another one? Well, I guess it was inevitable that I would revisit this past of MLP, so begrudgingly, here I go. Oh, my sweet Celestia. It happened. Meriwether-Williams wrote a good episode. Meriwether-Williams wrote a good episode. Meriwether-Williams wrote a good episode. Never thought this day would come. When it finally does, I need a moment. Okay, I'm good. So, continuing with Rainbow Dash's arc to join the Wonderbolts, we find her and the rest of the girls waiting to see if she's worthy of joining their training academy.
I didn't get in.
Of course she gets in. I gotta say, this arc has been pretty well executed up to this point, as we were introduced to the concept of the Wonderbolts in the very first episode. The next major development was the Rainbow Pegasus' performance in the Best Young Flyers competition in Sonic Rainboom, which was their first big opportunity at scoring brownie points with the Wonderbolts, saving their flanks and rarities from certain doom. While Rainbow does still possess that cocky attitude from the beginning, we have seen her rein it back, making not as brash decisions and showing her loyalty to her friends like in Hurricane Fluttershy. She was all gung-ho about beating that record, but knows when to bring it back, and tries to help when her friend is obviously going through psychological trauma from her foalhood. Plus, by demonstrating her leadership skills in coordinating an entire town's worth of Pegasi, she impressed Spitfire, who, despite all this craziness going on, did nothing but watch the proceedings as the total collapse of Equestria's economic and climate downfall could have occurred. Thanks a lot. Leading us at last to Wonderbolts Academy.
Think you got what it takes to be an elite flyer? Yes, ma'am! Well then, let me be the first to tell you. You don't!
Sure, you might not be the best squad, you might not be smart or energetic, or have any skills that qualify you for duty in any other legitimately recognized military unit, but with precise operations and proper communication, we will emerge victorious.
We got all the military cliches in this episode, and it's absolutely glorious. And even though many kids have little to no knowledge about military life, the setting, and especially Spitfire, are still so entertaining with the over-the-top military instructor persona, making every pony quiver in fear is just hilarious, thus leading to our new hotshot recruit, lightning dust.
You couldn't fly past the first flagpole without getting winded.
Try me, ma'am.
Oh, what is this? Insubordination?
You want a chance to prove yourself, huh?
Yes, ma'am.
Then what are you gonna do about it, Dagger Knife? Huh. I thought he'd call my bluff on that one.
While she doesn't end up being the most developed character, her role is executed well. For all intents and purposes, she is a proxy of old Rainbow Dash, back when she was more brash, caring about being the best of the best. To compare, let's take a look at Amending Fences. Moon Dancer was a proxy for old Twilight, only caring about studying and having no time for friends. Her role was a reflection of Twilight, and how if she had not stepped beyond her station and made friends, her life would have turned out as limited as Moon Dancer's. Similarly, in this episode, Lightning is not only her competitive rival, but again, a reflection of a much more cockier version of Dash, and had our Rainbow Pegasus not learned to be more humble, she would still be just as reckless and arrogant, as Lightning demonstrates during the training montage. Speaking of which, the Academy's training exercises are where we get to the meat of this episode, where we see some pretty fun flying action scenes. The animation doing a fantastic job of showing off the intensity of these drills. The capture the flag sequence, the obstacle course, and cloud busting. And I especially love the Dizitron that just flings ponies at high velocity into the air. Seriously though, one wrong calculation on the release and that pony is pizza on the runway. See, this is why OSHA needs to exist in Equestria. Anyway, the main conflict, that is the rivalry between Dash and Lightning, is also executed quite well. Since the beginning of the series, Dash has touted herself as one of, if not the best flyers in all of Equestria. And admittedly, she can back up that little factoid with the numerous events and abilities we've seen her show off. Then Lightning comes along and blows her completely out of the water, demonstrating that in terms of actual technical skills in flying, Lightning is the much better Pegasus. Rainbow's never had a pony to challenge her flying prowess and realistically acts jealous, even demanding that she be the lead pony. Rainbow needed this dash to her hubris, thinking she's the best ever, as not only does it progress her character, but it makes her more relatable. In any job field, there will always be someone who's better than you, even if you have the skills to back your claim. And every pony's gone through this at some point, where you might be great at your job, then some pony new arrives, and they do a job equally as good, or if not better, thus allows the audience to feel sympathy for her struggles with wanting to prove herself. Rainbow is still pushing herself at the Academy regardless of just being a wing pony.
You can be my wingman anytime.
Look, I'm obligated to make one Top Gun reference, okay? Get off my back. Anyway, that fear that she's not the best still lingers in her head, which leads to her engaging into questionable tactics. Though prompted by Lightning, she still willingly and literally plows her way through the competition and creates a tornado which could have potentially harmed some pony or destroyed property. While we start to lose sympathy for Rainbow at this point, this feels realistic not just to her character, but also as a real-life scenario. Again, there are times when we want to accomplish a goal, but try as we might, some pony or something is getting in the way, whether intentional or not. So it's kind of understandable if you were put in such a position that you have no choice but to do something reckless or something you normally wouldn't do to accomplish your goal. Basically saying, I just don't have it anymore. I have no other options but to do this to keep or progress my status as the best. Simple but well done organic storytelling. Her questionable actions don't feel forced, it's simply what her character would do. So after saving her friends from falling to death, this was Rainbow's big wake-up call.
You made me clip my wing. You sent half of our class into serious tailspins on the obstacle course. You unleashed a tornado that nearly demolished my friends. Spitfire did make me the leader and you the wing pony. You're right.
Thus leading to the episode's most pivotal moments.
Lightning Dust decided to use a tornado.
A bit excessive for cloud busting, but judging from your time, it was obviously an effective tactic.
Yeah, well, that effective tactic nearly took out my friends. No, I quit. God help us!
Dash's dreams ever since she was a filly was to join the Wonderbolts, to soar amongst the most elite flyers of Equestria, and now she gives it up. Why? Because she sees the leadership as faulty for Lightning getting rewarded for pushing herself at the cost of others, and sees her wing pony badge no longer as just a demerit, but a symbol of everything wrong with the Wonderbolts. Let's take a look back at Spitfire in this episode. Yeah, she's got the stereotypical tough drill instructor act, giving some good nature ribbing to motivate the recruits to do better, as naturally the Wonderbolts want the best flyers in their group. Yet watch the obstacle course exercise. Dash and Lightning once again break Academy records, and Spitfire was impressed by their performances. Regardless of the fact they both crashed through other recruits to win, the Wonderbolts were perceived as a well-oiled machine, a military unit, a team of Pegasi working in unison to perform amazing stunts to entertain the masses. Yet here, she doesn't bat an eyelash at two recruits just blatantly screwing over the other recruits. So the rationale behind Dash leaving because of the Wonderbolts' misguided guidelines makes sense. Rainbow's maturity has grown much through this whole experience, and even though she chose to quit, it was to better herself, and she doesn't want to wallow in self-pity, but rather looks to the future to see what other opportunities await her. Of course, Spitfire agrees with her and she gets reinstated, while Lightning gets the boot. And I figured I might as well talk about the alternate ending or original ending to the story, wherein Rainbow is still made the lead pony and Lightning instead is knocked down to just being her wing pony. And honestly, that ending feels kind of shallow. Though Lightning and Rainbow both showed some reckless behavior, in that ending there are no repercussions for Lightning's actions. Dash's consequence, or penance, was her leaving the group that she pined for ever since she was little. And Lightning is just demoted to wing pony. And the way that she's been written to be suddenly apologetic for her actions is a big 180 from her character and just doesn't feel right. Luckily, the actual ending is much better from a dramatic standpoint, with Lightning receiving the EA treatment.
Get the fuck out of my building!
So yeah, I'm utterly shocked at how well this episode was written. Though because it's me, I still gotta nitpick something. Let's see. Okay, I got one.
You made me clip my wing. You sent half of our class into serious tailspins on the obstacle course.
Well, she didn't make you clip your wing, you just messed up your descent. And as far as the rest of the cast, there really isn't too much to say. Pinky was really the only one who got more exposure, and she was portrayed decently enough. Again, it's hard to write for the Manic Mare to where she comes off as just silly and bubbly and not grating to listen to, and I will say she was fine.
What if the package gets lost in the mail? What if some pony else gets the package by accident and then she remembers us instead of...
You see this, audience? This is the kind of shit I got to deal with on a daily basis. Thanks a lot, Rainbow. If it weren't for the fact you're sexy as all hell and gotta plank that one quick, you'd be giving you a piece of my mind. And then I would fuck your beans out in my bed all night long pounding that sweet rainbow pussy. And furthermore, wait, what did Balloon Butt say?
Is any pony else following this?
Wow, who knew that's what AJ was thinking? Anyway, so yeah, that was Wonderbolts Academy. It was really good. The character development for Dash was great. The animation, especially in the flying scenes, were fantastic. And though the story was mostly played more seriously, what humor there was pretty much hit home. And I will say that this is overall one of the best episodes of that season. So let it not be said I never gave Meriwether Williams credit where credit is due. We go from her worst episode ever to her best episode ever. Bravo. Well, that's it for today, guys. Until next time, MC out!